Igbo Area TV on the Igbo.
Hello viewers, finally Nwobosi, a Biafran hero, has been led to rest. However, something happened which I'm not so surprised at. My boss in the office told me there is a difference between the Igbos of then and now. Igbos of then are what he termed pocha Igbos, whom you can't mess with, whom you can't intimidate. He said, if I know what it meant to be Igbo, I will cry because things have changed. Igbos of today are not those firebrand, toughened, fearless ones he came across back then. He almost wept trying to explain to me the state of an average Igbo man then compared to now. Igbos of then cannot be intimidated. At Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's parents' burial rites, a lot of top Igbo stayed away so Nigeria wouldn't see them as identifying with the struggle or MNK. Some were away due to fear of police disturbance and intimidation. Same thing happened at Nwobosi's burial ceremony. Lots of our elites are afraid of being identified with anything Biafra, and so they fail to attend. Meanwhile, there are still people who are like Igbos of that time. Yes, and these people must be commended. But before we do, let's see the headline. Igbo leaders absent at Colonel Nwobosi's funeral. Most Southeast leaders and political office holders avoided the funeral ceremony of ex-Nigerian and Biafran senior military officer Colonel Emmanuel Nwobosi, who was buried at his country home, Obosi, in Idemi local government area of Anambra State. This happened this January. Nwobosi died recently in his hometown, Obosi, in Anambra State, at the ripe age of 81. He was part of the first military coup in Nigeria on January 15, 1966, and later became the chief of defense staff in the defunct Biafra Republic. Before his death, Nwobosi had published a book titled 1966, The Dark Truth. It was launched recently without any known Igbo leader in attendance. Speaking at the funeral service, one of his sons, Emma Ike Nwobosi, told the congregation that the Anambra State government had announced that it would organize a state funeral in honor of the late soldier, but eventually didn't due to sanctions from all corners. Nwobosi Jr., however, failed to say where the threats were coming from or those behind the threat, saying that he chose to keep that to himself. Could you imagine that? And they chickened out. What threats? What does it take to honor a man who fought that we may live? Yes, he's among those who fought that we may live. And let us look at that again. Nwobosi's son, who is working under Obiano, thank you for that anyway. He said, the state government has promised to organize an elaborate state funeral in honor of my late father to coincide with this year's Nigerian Armed Forces Remembrance Day. But they started receiving threats from all corners. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? And they chickened out and they are afraid and they were intimidated and they couldn't organize that state burial. Could you imagine? According to him, those that came to support us came privately to make donations, appealing to be exempted from attending the funeral ceremony for one reason or the other. Nwobosi is from Anambra Central Senatorial District, where the likes of former governor and senator and current Minister of Labour and Employment Dr. Chris Ngige came from, as well as former Secretary General of Commonwealth of Nations Chief Emeka Anyoko, a member of Obosi ruling council. His fellow defunct Biafra military officers did not also attend the funeral, according to the son of the late soldier. However, former Anambra State Governor and Vice Presidential Candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Mr. Peter Obi, who was at the wake night before the funeral, attended the funeral service before he left to attend other functions. Also, Chief John Bosco Onunkwo of the All Progressive Congress, APC, was cited at the state funeral. Onunkwo described Nwobosi as a great father and a son of Igbo land, adding that he fought for the greatness of Igbo people. He recalled his assistance to the late soldier when he was sick, even as he said that he attempted flying him out for proper treatment, but for the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown of last year. So, Peter Obi and Onunkwo were the only top Igbo persons that felt it was necessary to make it to the burial. This is very sad indeed. Anyway, our viewers, please add your comments. Tell us what you feel about this. What do you personally think kept our elites from going to pay the last respect for one of those who put their lives on the line for us? Add your comment, please. Tell us what you think. Let's quickly drive to Yoruba land, where I think I must commend a responsible person I respect. Yes. When I had Ondo election was to be held a particular time last year, 2020, I hoped Akeredolu would win. I realized he was having problems with his deputy, who was planning to decamp, and that made me more worried. In fact, I was like, are the people at the top, Abuja, trying to remove this great man like they did with previous elections? I am one of those that would never see anything right with the INEC, that's the Independent National Electoral Commission chairman that oversaw the Atiku Buhari's 2019 election, unless there are changes. I'm yet to see something right with that board called INEC. I've never witnessed worst elections like the one I saw or have seen with his tenure as INEC boss. Oh my God. I was really worried for Akeredolu, but thank God he won. My love for the current governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, started with the introduction of Amoteku security outfit. I have been following. The way this man handled the issue of security is amazing. He never feared what would happen, backlashes. He was making sure his people are protected from the growing and threatening herdsmen menace in his area, unlike most of our Southeast governors who feeds at the crumbs from Abuja table. Akeredolu is in the news again. You know what this time? Now listen, he said, I give you 7 days to vacate Ondo Forest Reserve. Akeredolu tells herdsmen. The governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, Monday ordered herdsmen to vacate the state's forest reserve within 7 days. In a series of tweets prohibiting the movement of cattle within the city and highways, Akeredolu gave the order. He said, these unfortunate incidents are traceable to the activities of some bad elements masquerading as herdsmen. These felons have turned our forest reserve into hideouts for keeping victims of kidnapping, negotiating for ransom, and carrying out other criminal activities. And this is same in most southern Nigerian bushes. Yes. The more sadder side of it is that most of these people troubling the south are foreigners. They arrive through the northern loose borders. Are there even any restriction to them coming in? I don't think so. So let's read Akeredolu's pronouncement to that effect. As the Chief Law and Security Officer of the state, it is my constitutional obligation to do everything lawful to protect the lives and properties of all residents of the state. I wonder if the Southeast governors can summon courage to even make pronouncements like this. Now he went on. In the light of the foregoing, the following orders are hereby issued. 1. All the forest reserves in the state are to be vacated by herdsmen within the next 7 days, with effect from today. That was on Monday, 18th January 2021. 2. Night grazing is banned with immediate effect because most farm destruction takes place at night. 3. Movement of cattle within cities and highways is prohibited. 4. Underage grazing of cattle is outlawed. Our resolution to guarantee safety of lives and property within the state shall remain utmost as security agencies have been directed to enforce the ban. It is usual magnanimity and our administration will give a grace period of 7 days for those who wish to carry on with their cattle rearing business to register with appropriate authorities. Can you see how a governor should talk? Tough. Because it is his duty to provide security for his people. He doesn't joke with it. Security of his people is paramount. He's not intimidated to clearly read the Riot Act to those trying to unsettle his state. He doesn't care if those guys got a federal backing. But can any governor of the Southeast do the same? They are afraid. Supreme Court will remove them. That's what they are afraid of. They are bootlickers. They want Abuja contracts after office. They are eyeing positions in the presidency. They want to win senatorial seats afterwards. Anyway, I thank Rotimi Akeredolu for his support as regards security of his state. May God protect him. Meanwhile, we've had the presidency has reacted immediately. Could you imagine? Just like when the chairman of Oshibiri local government in Delta State gave the herders who are occupying the forest illegally 7 days to quit, the government, federal government immediately intervened through the courts. Now, the government is intervening. You can see what looks like conspiracy. Let the right things be done. If these people are a menace, let them leave the place. We want security. The essence of what the governor is doing and everybody else will do is security of the people. Please, viewers, add your comment. Tell us what you think. This thing is getting out of hand. Meanwhile, subscribe to our channel if you haven't and click on the bell icon to get our updates anytime it drops. I'm Azuka OJ. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click the bell icon. Like our Facebook page. Join our Facebook group. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Bye for now.